San Bravo, we're reading 70 bogeys in your sector. Please verify.
Very funny, station.
It was a Mad Monkey interview with the
San Bravo, be advised, running diagnostics to scan for malfunction.
The skies are clear, station. You've got yourself some phantom dots. Over.
Zulu X-ray 6, signs in your sector of some 100 bogeys. Please advise.
Negatory, station. Scope is clear. I don't know what to tell you. Solar interference, heavy sunspot activity today.
Sierra Delta, we may have a minor ACS fault here. Do you have anything on your scope? Sierra Delta, repeat.
I'm looking at fighter jets over I-95! How the hell did they get through?
Stand by, attempting to contact the nearest unit in that sector. All stations be advised. Satellite surveillance has been disabled.
So you think we went to the moon?
That's not what I asked you. I said, how much did you look
Do you
into
think we
that?
went to the moon?
Eddie.
Now, there's a lot of people around, and I'm not up here to criticize anybody. There's a lot of people in this country who believe that if the government says it, it's got to be right. And there's a lot of people that believe if the doctor says it, he can't be wrong. And all you got to do, if you're a thinking person, is to find out that doctors don't agree. And you'd be amazed at how the government officials don't agree. I'm going to try to connect some dots for you. Hopefully we can connect some dots.
Typical sheeple.
There's an enormous turmoil in this world today. Listen carefully to what I have to say. Rising from the dust to the ashes of one civilization forms another one. These people firmly believe in occult signatures, occult dates, and the messages that's connected with these symbols and dates and times and places and people and so forth and so on. They're very important to them. The phoenix is the so-called mythological bird that rises out of the ashes of destruction. These people want to bring about a third world war. They are working overtime to bring a third world war to this planet. And out of that third world war of destruction and sorrow and death will rise a new civilization, a new world order that Herbert W. Bush talked about time and time and time again. If you knew what the people who lie in a casket at Yale University that belong to the Skull and Bones Society, if you knew what they did, you would be embarrassed to death right now. And I could not tell you from this pulpit what these people do. But I can tell you this. I can tell you that the elite at the top are connected and interconnected, and it is a web, a system like you wouldn't believe. You are blown away at the enormity of what's going on with the people at the top, the elite, who are bringing about a third world war. And President George W. Bush is a bones man. A bones man is someone who belongs to the Skull and Bones Society from Yale University. And he, against the advice of many, sent our troops into Iraq.
Thank you. I just want to thank you for the streams. It's been tough, and your streams are very helpful. You are my favorite streamer, Felix. Much love for you, QVC. Also, can I get a welcome to the channel? XQCL. Bye-bye.
No, you may not. Cunt face.
Chasing something that did not exist. That's right. Now, these are brave men that go into Iraq. I'll never forget reading in the article in the newspaper said at the gates of Fallujah.
No further links.
I don't know if you need to remember that or not, but it was entitled At the Gates of Fallujah. Fallujah is a city in Iraq. It's a city in Iraq that was literally taken over by ISIS, by Al-Qaeda, by Muslim extremists, as they like to call them. And they were going to take that city, and the way they took that city was door to door, hand to hand, eyeball to eyeball, fighting by brave men. The politicians sent them in there. They died. Then the politicians turned around and handed Fallujah back to the very ones that they'd fought and died to take it from. So let me get this straight with you right now. It's not the military's fault. The military's not the one doing this. The military's not doing it. Will you listen? The man's name is William Guy Carr.
Professor
He
Carr.
is a commander in the Royal Canadian Navy. William Guy Carr. Remember that name. A commander in the Royal Canadian Navy in the intelligence section. Now what's that mean? That qualifies this man to know things you don't know. That qualifies this man to have access to information you don't have access to. But it also tells you he's a very smart man. Very smart. And here's something else. He's a Christian. I like William Guy Carr right off the bat.
Then he's not very smart.
When you begin to read what the man wrote, he wrote a number of books. And you wouldn't believe the criticism and all of that comes down on his head. And they really excoriate this man because he is a Christian and he's what do they call him? What do they call it? A conspiratist. If you believe in a conspiracy, you are immediately demonized in the eyes of people. This is part of the buzzword that goes out in our culture today. If you are you believe that there's a conspiracy going on, well, let me tell you something. Read Psalm chapter number 2, and you'll find out that there is a conspiracy. And they've set themselves against our Lord Jesus Christ. And that conspiracy is real, folks. And let me tell you something. I believe there is a conspiracy going on. Yes, sir. I
100% believe there's a conspiracy going on. I just wouldn't know what that conspiracy is.